We welcome you to sunny South Florida. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Jay, you know it. It's special here in Miami. The Hawks control the tempo.
Hey, this is our game. Let's take it home now.
Substitutions.
Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Can't connect from in close. To Waiters. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To Parker. Jabari Parker. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in. So it's time to get going.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
I got ball. I got ball. I got ball. I got ball.
Cut.
Trey Burke. Not going down here. Trae Young lobs it up, flushes down the slam. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract, because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
To Allen Crabbe, 4-3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Burke with it. Looking to make something happen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Miami with the basketball. Trae Young to Parker. It was right there.
That's up.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Zach Randolph able to recover with the block. Knocks it down from mid-range. Zach Randolph with the block. Jabari Parker, 3 for 6 now.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Waiters. Now a steal by Atlanta. Had a chance, but it's no good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Man, that was a tough shot.
See the three, be the three. Some young players look like deer in headlights out there on the court. But you got something different. You got that moxie.
Jabari Parker rocking the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since 1980, the Hawks have drafted only 4 players to have appeared in the All-Star game. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, and Jeff Teague.
Well, how about a guy named Dominique Wilkins? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, interesting that you'd ask. Dominique Wilkins was actually selected by the Utah Jazz. And a chance coming up at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Jabari Parker at the line for 2 shots. A career 74% free throw shooter. Oops, he missed the first one. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. To Dragic. Fires the 3. Man, he's shifty. Tough defensive assignment. Goran Dragic with the answer.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
To Waiters. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Trae Young. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Here comes the screen. To Trae Young. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. Trae Young bothered just enough there.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Number 7, Goran Dragic.
Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Screen coming. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Dragic. He made his first effort, but not that time. Trae Young over to the right side. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
The assist from number 81.
Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Trying to cash in. Parker off the mark.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Jay, it wasn't that long ago. Atlanta won 60 games. Right now, what's the outlook for this franchise?
Well, the general manager, Travis Schlenk, has done a really good job in trying to build the culture, the right culture for the Atlanta Hawks. And that starts with their head coach in Lloyd Pierce. He got him as an assistant coach with the Philadelphia 76ers, and now he can also steal that tagline for the Hawks. It's time to trust the process all over again, but now in Atlanta, Georgia.
Goran Dragic, 2 of 4 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Hawks with the basketball. To Parker. Knocked loose. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Udonis Haslem. It remains Atlanta basketball. Changes coming from both sides right now. Parker. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Way to hit.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Trey Burke at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 79% the line. And he can't convert the free throw. Parker. That pass stolen by the Hawks.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it. Here's a steal. Dangerous pass. Has a look. Parker can't connect. Long heave from 3/4 court. First quarter's complete. The Heat with the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we...
Let's go.
Into the game for the Miami Heat, number 81.
A drive, but he can't get it to go.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the 2nd quarter.
Layup goes down. Well done.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Nothing going here on that drive. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
To Kevin Huerter. Beyond the arc for 3. It's good. That's the shot they wanted him to take.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
To Butler. Jimmy Butler. He's 2 for 2 now.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Butler into the front court. His team up by 7. Great look and vision. It goes down.
Ed, I'm telling you that every player in the league will make that shot. The defense has to be elevated.
I got ball.
Deep 2 there. Won't go. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Nope. First one does not go. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Fires the 3. Knocks it down.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
And scores. Strong take.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Parsons, guarded by Jimmy Butler. Flushes it home.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Butler. From long range. Cleans it up. Another shot stays out. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Tough shot. He hits.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Gets it in the right corner. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Butler to bring it up. It's a 9-point lead. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Here's Atlanta. Kelly Olynyk snatching it out of the air.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Butler into the front court. The lead is 11. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Kevin Huerter.
Screen.
Knocked loose. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
Missed a short one there. He's denied.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Here comes the screen. From the painted area, won't go down.
I agree, I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach.
Flushes down the slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Here comes the screen. Nice pass to set things.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Big finish at the rim.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Thanks to those who have already participated in this community event.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. knocks it down at the line. To Kevin Huerter. Fires the three. The Heat grab the board. Dragic with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Here's a chance from long range, and he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
And he hits the second. Perfect from the line. Hits all three of them. Knocked loose. Trae Young. Down low for Len. Oh, nice find for the basket.
When things click, they click. That's good offense right there.
Dragic with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Trae Young, great feed. Oh, emphatic slam.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Trae Young. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
To Allen Crabbe. Lets it fly from long range. That no good. Off the mark. Dragic into the front court. He'll run the offense. For three. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the...
Dragic. Probing the defense to Dragic. Beyond the arc for three. Man, he's shifty. Tough defensive assignment. Goran Dragic with the answer.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Trae Young. Bam Adebayo. Tips it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Substitution being made in this one. Goran Dragic. Trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Hawks have it.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Fires the three. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
From long range, buries it.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. And finishes strong. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Dragic with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Going to launch beyond the arc.
Chandler Parsons, that's his second personal foul. Team foul.
Knocks down the first. Hits a second. One more coming. And he hits all three free throws. It's Atlanta ball. Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Finish that.
1 minute remaining in the
It's no good. Great defense. Trae Young gets it in the left corner. 4-3. Not done yet. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Dragic gets it at the top of the key. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Fires the three. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Here's a chance from long range. Cleans it up. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Deep three at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Heat dominated this matchup from the opening tip, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat. The Hawks may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's the Heat with the possession.
I got ball. That's me.
Dragic to Waiters. That's it.
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home now.
Substitutions.
Myers Leonard swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Randolph. The big fella, Zach Randolph. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
He misses that one free throw.
Watch the cutter, man.
Won't go down.
Double.
Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's me. I got it.
To Kevin Huerter. Here comes the screen. Goes to the left side. To Kevin Huerter. Nice pass to get things going.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Miami's got it. Lets it fly from long range. Missed it. That is great vision to set it up. Given 2 points. High percentage.
And you best believe that every one of those that goes in fills the confidence meter.
To Randolph. We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Trey Burke. No good. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Oh, he got there.
That's great hustle getting back on D.
Randolph. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Deep left corner. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Dion Waiters, not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
To Waiters. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Unable to connect on the free throw. To Dragic. Runner's good there.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Got it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Randolph. The big fella, Zach Randolph. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Kevin Huerter. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Dragic with it. His guys holding the big lead. Spins and scores.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. They get it down to Turner. And count the basket.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Dragic into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. For three, now that's a contest. To Kevin Huerter. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Waiters, guarded by Alex Len. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Dragic. Well defended.
He was absolutely scoring at will in the first half. But now that the defense has picked up, don't try to do too much. Less is more.
That's it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Give me that ISO, ISO. Here we go, here we go.
She's coming.
To Kevin Huerter. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Shot from in close, no good. Dragic with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Hawks with the basketball. To Allen Crabbe. old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Block up. Here you go.
Beyond the arc for three. That out of his range and no good. To Parker. Bam Adebayo with a piece.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Here's Atlanta. To Parker. Surveys the floor. He'd get control. Dragic throws it up. Flushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
Team foul number 3.
Hey, good contest.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
To Dragic.
I told you the screen was coming.
Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Burke with it. Looking to make something happen. Fires the three. That won't go.
My ball.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
He'd come up with it.
I got ball. It's all me. That's me.
From long range. Can't connect.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Kevin Huerter. Going to launch beyond the arc. Huerter can't connect that time.
I got ball.
4-3. Rebound taken by the Hawks. Knocked loose. That's a momentum play right there. From the painted area, won't go down.
Check.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. And the finish at the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
It's theirs now. Good look that time, but off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
The big fella, Zach Randolph. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Oh!
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Randolph. Curling inside. Gets to the basket and scores. The Hawks will use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
For the safety of our players, we ask that you refrain from any flash photography during the game. Thank you for your cooperation.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 26, Chandler
Hey,
Parsons.
lock up, lock up.
Right.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. It's the Heat with the possession. Rises for the slam.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Pick up. Hold on.
Add 2 points to the board. Desperation shot here from half court. That ends the third quarter, and the Heat right now are feeling good. Hawks with the basketball to start.
Come on, y'all. Let's go get it. Let's go now.
Substitutions at left. Substitutions.
Miami with the basketball. Dragic kicks it around the perimeter to Randolph. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Working hard on the glass. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation.
Defense, let's go.
Offensive rebound. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Waiters. Dion Waiters. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Oh, he got a piece of it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Shot from the lane won't go. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Hawks have it.
Be alert. Here it comes. Be alert.
Runner here won't go.
Double team.
To Randolph. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Zach Randolph at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 76% from the line.
Got ball.
Zach Randolph rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative. Because right now, the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Waiters.
I got you.
Here coming left.
Trying to cash in. Hawks have the board. It's Atlanta ball to Trae Young. Here comes the screen. To Trae Young. Fires the 3. Trae Young bothered just enough there. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Oh, emphatic slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Trae Young. And he finishes at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Dragic. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Oh, and we have a 5-second violation.
Screen coming your way. Screen coming your way.
Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. 5 to shoot for Atlanta. And the rebound taken in by Randolph.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. The Hawks with 4 to shoot.
Side up.
Not that time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Hey, you got the screen right.
Dragic, defended by Len.
So let's flip.
Here's a chance from long range.
Evan Turner, that's his second personal foul. Team foul number 5. Atlanta Hawks.
And hits the first free throw. Second to 3, got it. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line.
Hop ball here. Hop ball. Pick up. Pick up.
Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. To Trae Young. 5 to shoot for Atlanta. Lets it fly from long range. Miami secures the rebound. Dragic with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Waiters. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And he hits.
I'm on D. Hey, match up, match up, match
Just
up.
inside the arc. At the buzzer. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. The Heat with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat put together a nice win here today. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat. The Hawks didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Atlanta Hawks seemed to have issues communicating when it came to transition defense. They gave up way too many easy baskets. Their lack of hustle was pretty obvious in the first half.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Miami Heat. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.